Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Cardinal News Update, where we look at the big stories that Cardinal News is covering at any given time. And today I'm joined by Grace Mamon from Danville, Virginia. And Grace, you are an example of the growth of Cardinal News. Just take a second and introduce yourself. What led you to Danville?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I've been in Virginia my whole life. I was a journalism student in college, and during my senior year, I started freelancing for Cardinal News, as kind of a fun thing to do on the side. But I really was interested in the stories that I was writing, and they were stories that I personally would have been interested in reading. So after graduation, I pursued a career with Cardinal, and now I'm here in Danville, where there was an open reporter position, and I've been here since the end of July, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
It's a great example of what Cardinal is doing because, journalism majors used to intern at a newspaper and then look for a job at a newspaper and then hope to be there or move up to another paper. And now, this sort of nonprofit news is I'm glad it's found a place for you there. So
Yeah.
you're fairly new to Danville. Tell me a little bit. Some of the reporting you've been doing since you joined has a lot to do with sort of workforce prep and manufacturing. You want to talk a little bit about sort of what you've been covering there?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as far as workforce prep, Danville, back in its heyday was a big manufacturing town, and that was due to the tobacco and textile industries. And both those industries have since left Danville, which kind of resulted in, some years of difficult time economically. But Danville is really working to reestablish itself as a manufacturing hub, and a lot of that falls on creating a workforce for the manufacturing industries. And so I wrote a story recently about the Go Tech program, which was piloted in Danville, and now it's in 25 schools across Virginia. But it is a program that starts at the middle school level to get middle school students interested in manufacturing careers, to educate them about what kind of possibilities are out there, ballpark salary. And then also it really gives them a hands-on experience with a lot of the different manufacturing equipment. So these middle schools, they have a virtual reality welding simulator, they have CNC machining, they have some of them have hydroponic type indoor agriculture modules, and just a kind of a wide variety of different equipment that will actually be in real world factories or real world manufacturing industry. So it's really catching on, and it started here in Danville, and this year I think it's expected to serve 3,000 students across Virginia.
Wow, wow. And back down in the glory days of Danville, Martinsville, Henry County, kids could walk out of high school with their diploma or not and walk across the street to the furniture factory and get a job. So it's good that they're thinking about that. And then there's been some developments at the kind of community college level that related to NASA, right?
To NSA, the National
Oh,
Security
NSA,
Agency.
sorry, right, right.
Yes, so Danville Community College is actually the only NSA accredited cyber defense program in Southside Virginia. And so they got that accreditation back in 2017, and it was reaffirmed this summer. But they recently announced a cyber center on their campus where they're expanding this department, I guess, at the school. And that really will give a lot of students opportunity to really hone their cyber defense skills. And this is a job that's really needed as cyber threats continue to be an issue for Virginia, for America. So that's really exciting that DCC is the only place in Southside where students can get that experience.
Great. And I would encourage anybody who's curious about what's going on in Danville, if you haven't been there a while, it's a lot different than it used to be. You also did a story about sort of the increasing Navy presence. I would encourage people to go and look at that. But I want to touch finally on your arrival as I guess you're a Gen Z person. Is that right? Or I always get millennial and Gen Z mixed up,
Yeah.
but you are their target audience. You're somebody who's moved to Danville and you live downtown, right? How have you found living
Thank
in the
you.
downtown area of Danville?
Yes, and Danville calls it the River District. So I'm here like right by the Dan River, very close to the River Walk, which is a paved 13-mile walking and biking trail. It's like literally right outside my apartment, which is super convenient. Downtown is a great place to be. There's lots of good restaurants. There's a great farmers market, and the people have been really, really friendly so far. So it's been a great experience and an easy transition.
Well, and everything I hear from the folks at Cardinal and also from people in Danville, I know that your position is, that the community has come together to support local journalism, and that's really important. And so I'm glad to hear that you are welcomed. Sometimes our some of our smaller communities in Roanoke and larger as well have traditionally been fairly insulated places. So I'm glad that you're able to, be welcomed and happy in Danville.
Yes,
Grace, I just want to thank you for taking the time to join me today. I'm really glad to get to know you, and hopefully, when you've got another good story in Danville, we'll do a segment just on that one story. So thanks, and have a great day.
absolutely. Thanks for having me.